Okay, very happy to be joined by the reigning 2024 IBJJF World Champion in Nogi, who makes her Polaris debut coming up February 8th. Polaris 31, Doncaster at Doncaster Dome. UFC Fight Pass is where you can watch that if you're not there. Um, yeah, takes on Anabel. Anabel is with us today. She takes on Helena Crevar. Yeah, Anabel Lopez Beard. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Like I say, February 8th, couple weeks away. Huge matchup for you. I know it's your debut on Polaris. You're very excited. In a
Mhm.
super fight against Helena Crevar, who, for anyone who doesn't know the jiu-jitsu world, super highly touted prospect. Only 17 years old, training with John Danaher. Big matchup in just 2 weeks. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling excited. I've had a hard training camp, so I can't wait to go on the stage and show what I'm capable of doing, especially in a big stage like Polaris for the first time. So I'm very, very excited about that.
Yeah, you say a hard training camp. I know it's been a very busy training camp for you as well. How has the preparation been for this one?
Good. I already knew I had this matchup before Nogi World, so I was really kind of studying her a little bit and incrementing some things into my game. And then afterwards, I just got back to it. I just had a little break after Christmas, got back to it straight after. It's been good, just hard training. I just came back from London. I'm doing my camp in London because I usually do my camps in America lately. So that's also cool to be back home doing it with my professor and with all the people I grew up with. So I'm feeling good. Definitely very hard though, very
Yeah,
hard training,
yeah,
especially the
definitely.
rule set. I'm still getting used to it. It's a different rule set to what I'm used to. So yeah.
Yeah, I want to come on to that rule set because you mentioned it there, so I'll bring it up now. Obviously, it is a new rule set for Polaris for super fights this year. Three 5-minute rounds, 10-point must scoring system. That's something that can perhaps appeal to MMA fans who are more casual jiu-jitsu fans as
Yeah.
well. But obviously in the jiu-jitsu world, it was CJI that kind of inspired other organizations to kind of follow that. Yeah, it's not necessarily a change for you because it's your first time in Polaris, but yeah, you say that's something to get used to. How has that been?
Good. So like I'm used to long rounds, long 10-minute rounds. I'm used to like more pacing myself throughout the round. This is like a 15-minute round, but this is break down into five with 1 minute break in between. So it's definitely going to be a bit more explosive. There's going to be more aggression from both of us, but it does kind of match with the way I fight. I'm very aggressive, explosive. I have a very dynamic game, so it's been good getting used to it. I really enjoy the rule set, so I'm really enjoying it.
Um, you only got your black belt a little over 6 months ago, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm sure you're still adapting to kind of black belt competition, but what are some of the differences you've noticed between competing through the belt to then competing at the black belt level?
Um, the time. So it's never been 10 minutes. At the beginning, I used to be like, oh my God, 10 minutes is a long time.
Yeah.
But now I kind of already kind of got used to it. Also, the strategy. Once you get to black belt, I feel like it's a lot about strategy rather than who's better than the other because everyone's like very like up there. So it's about who has the best strategy, who can impose the strategy the most into the fight, and who goes first into the game. So that's also something that I have to get used to the more that I fight. But I've always had that, like I always like studying my fights. I always been around strategy and aggressiveness, so I have a perfect balance. So it was tough to get used to it, but now that I'm used to going with higher level athletes, stronger females as well, people that just focus purely on jiu-jitsu, it's not like their hobby, it is really good to see that my jiu-jitsu can match up there with everyone else.
Yeah, you mentioned strategy. Obviously, coming into this match, Helena is someone you will have watched a lot of. I'm sure you saw her last match in Polaris against Nia as well. Um, yeah, what are your thoughts on her game and what she brings to the table?
She's very methodical from what I've seen. She likes to set the pace. She's not too like explosive, but she is constantly attacking. From what I've seen, she likes setting traps a lot. So she waits for people to get into her games and then start use her sticky grips and start inverting into legs as well. She loves her leg locks. Um, And from what I've seen, she likes pulling guard a lot, but that's also good for me. I like being on top. I like that heavy pressure, and I think that it's going to be a clash of styles, definitely. From her methodical style to my dynamic aggressiveness, definitely going to be a very interesting fight.
Yeah, and what can getting a match like this do for you going forward as well? Obviously you're a world champion in your own right, but just when you look at the profile that she has, she's very, very popular at the minute. A lot of people watching her matches, getting in there with her, potentially even getting a win over her. What could that do for you moving forward?
I mean, it will definitely be a very, very big win. It's a very good opportunity for me, same as for her. So, I know there's a lot in the line with this fight. And yeah, the Polaris title is awesome, but it's also what will come after from there. So I'm very excited, very, very excited for that fight. To see what comes after. If I get the W, when I get the W.
Yeah, obviously, the super fight between yourself and Helena, huge attraction on this card. But we also have a squads battle between North America and a European team on the men's side. Just for fun, hypothetically, if Polaris came to you and were like, "Hey, Annabelle, we want to do this with the women. We want you to be the captain of the Europe team." Who are you picking? Who's joining you?
Oh, that is a good question. So me, Fionn. Fion's
Yeah.
very, very good. She's up there. She's the best, obviously. Who else? Aurelie. She's very, very good as well. She was an ADCC Worlds. She won the trials. Um, how many people? Five, right?
I think it's six.
Oh, six. Okay,
But
okay.
they've got I don't know because they've got weight classes. We'll go absolute for you.
Okay. Um, Sula. She also won the trials in Asia, if I'm not mistaken. She also went to ADCC. Um, who else? Let me think. I'm not very good with names. That's one thing about me. I'm very good. Like if I see the person, but I'm not great with names. Um, Rosa, I think Rosa, and I forgot the girl's name, but she won ADCC trials 2 years ago, and I was gonna do that, but I ended up getting injured and I couldn't do it. And I saw her performance; it was awesome. She had great strategy, great technique. I think she's from Greece, but I forgot her name. Her as well.
I'll find it and
Okay.
I'll put it over the video. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have a bit of a quick fire segment on the channel. So I'm gonna ask you some quick fire questions.
Okay.
Favorite food?
Ooh. Damn. I go through phases, but right now lasagna.
Favorite drink?
I'm what alcoholic beverage or normal beverage?
It's completely up to you whether you want an in-camp drink or an out-of-camp drink.
No, favorite drink, pineapple juice.
Yeah. Go-to breakfast.
English breakfast.
Yeah. Favorite movie.
Oh my God, that's a good one.
This is always the one that stops people.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Damn, I have a lot of favorite films. But I can tell you the genre, like mystery, thinking type film. Like have you know Onion Glass?
Yeah.
Then that one, Onion Glass. That's been my favorite one as well.
Favorite TV show.
Modern Family.
Oh yes, definitely.
I love
That's my total comfort show right there.
that one. And right now, South Park, because I already finished Modern Family. I've watched it like three, four times. So
Yeah.
right now, that and South Park, those two.
Favorite musician.
That's also a good one. Um, Bad Bunny right now.
Favorite sport other than jiu-jitsu.
Volleyball. I went semi-pro in volleyball and I stopped because of jiu-jitsu. But I was about to go pro and then I had to make a choice. Decided to do jiu-jitsu.
Um, Favorite jiu-jitsu player or I guess MMA fighter to watch.
Um, MMA, Mackenzie Dern right now.
That makes sense.
Jiu-jitsu. Yeah, jiu-jitsu to watch. Female or male?
Whatever you want.
Do you know what? I don't really watch jiu-jitsu like that, but if I had to choose right now, mm, Gabriele Bataya,
Favorite submission to practice?
heel hooks and arm bars.
Funniest person you've met in jiu-jitsu?
That I've met personally, or
Yeah, yeah.
just that. Oh, okay. No one. No,
Everyone's boring. Got it.
no, not really, but no one that's actually made me crease. I'm like, oh my God, this
Yeah.
person's hilarious type thing.
You were saying people you haven't met. I was thinking like, were you going for Craig Jones? Is that the kind of
Yes.
direction you were going there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Best piece of advice you've been given.
Best what, sorry?
Best piece of advice you've been given.
Um, how far would you go if you knew you couldn't fail?
Deep.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. You mentioned Mackenzie down there. Obviously, this channel is primarily an MMA channel. So I feel like whenever we speak to jiu-jitsu competitors, we're gonna ask, is MMA a thought? I know MMA was kind of the start of you finding martial arts. You started with judo after seeing Ronda
Yeah.
Rousey, I think you said. Yeah, and then to jiu-jitsu. Is MMA in the works? I know you're very young, so you've got lots of time.
A lot of people have been pushing me to do. I used to do strike. I done striking for a bit, Muay Thai, but a lot of people have been pushing me to get back to it and to go into MMA after a few years at black belt. So it's definitely a thought. I don't know if I'll be there or not, but I'm thinking about it.
I mean, you're in a good place over at Fight Zone.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah. Um, Great. Well, thank you for taking the time today, Annabelle. Very
Thank
excited
you.
to see what goes down February 8th, Polaris 31, live on UFC Fight Pass. Check out Polaris on Instagram for all the details. Yeah, just finally give us the hard sell. When yourself, Helena Crevar step onto the mat, Polaris title on the line, super fight. What can the people expect?
Just fireworks. I'm gonna go straight from the bat aggressive. It's short 5 minute rounds, like I said. So I'm gonna showcase my jiu-jitsu. I know she's really, really good as well. Um, yeah, just pure dominance, pressure, and do my best. Do what I usually do.
Perfect. Well, thank you again for taking the time, Annabelle. Best of
Much.
luck. Very excited to watch.
Thanks.